But when you start screen sharing, you can't. So that's weird. Good morning. Hi, Aladdin. It's Lynn
Hello,
here.
Len. How are you?
Hi. I'm fine, thanks. I don't know why I said it's Lynn here. I don't know who else you'd be talking to in this session. Okay, so, and I hope the weather's kinder to you where you are than it is here in Germany. It's awful, absolutely awful here.
So we have 3 total registered today, and no one in attend this room until now.
No, up until
Uh,
now. By the way, don't get fooled by that. 3 total registered. I can
mhm,
tell you exactly how
not
many people register, which will probably surprise you somewhat. So if I go to Spotlight, okay, and I go to today's session, and I go to registrants and attendees, and you don't get this. This is in the actual thing. Okay, we have got 21 who registered since the last session. Okay, and that's actually out of, let me see, Oop. That's actually out of a total of 190. Isn't it fun?
no, I'm not sure
Which is
that it's
crazy.
the actual number.
No, well, no, it's people who just click on the button, which leads us
Okay.
nicely into today's main topic, really. Um,
100. Okay.
have you heard of that? It's a word now, clicktivism. It might even have got into the
Collectivism.
dictionaries recently. I'm not sure. Let's have a look on the dictionaries and see if it's made its way in there. I know it'll be in some of the um, clicktivism. No, it's not quite in there yet. It's in Wikipedia, but they haven't. It's going to end. Oh no, it's in the English Oxford Dictionary. That will do, won't it? Okay, and yeah, people. The dictionary terminology. Let me just add it into my little notes here so people can see what I'm talking about. I'll take that one down. We're going to get to that in a moment. Okay, so clicktivism is sort of got a slightly political stance to it. So on the internet, and you support a particular political or social cause, okay? But what you do is you just click something to show your support,
Mhm.
okay? So it's a bit like on Facebook, but you tend to like, I don't know, fluffy kittens on Facebook, etc. So it's not exactly a like, it's just to say, yes, I'm with you. Yeah, it's a sort of, I'm with you. There are certain websites out there that encourage it. And sometimes that click will send a message to some government body, or what you'll get is then a request for money, that kind of thing. But what most people do is just click, 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 click. They'll go through the internet showing their support on Facebook, in Google Plus, and on different websites like I think Avars. I don't know if you've ever heard of Avars. You
No.
ever heard of it? Okay, it's a website where you can put social related issues and begin a campaign. Sort of it's civil rights, global issues like climate change, human rights, animal rights, corruption, poverty, conflict, wars. And you can set up a campaign and you can ask for assistance from the community. And most people will go in and they will click. Okay.
So we have hundreds of
Clicktivists. We've got millions.
collectivism.
Yeah. In the world, there are millions. Okay.
Uh,
If you have a look at the Avars website, I'm screen sharing it now. Okay.
I
You can
see.
see there's some really heavy items. Okay, so from animal welfare to human rights to whaling, stop this, take action now. But the take action, and there's 44 million members of Avars. Now, I'm sure some of them are very active. The people who start the campaigns, I'm sure they're very active. The people on the ground, I'm sure they're very active. And I'm guilty of this. A lot of us just click. Okay, so it is, I suppose clicking is active. Yeah, clicking is an activity. Yeah.
Yep. You are moving your finger to it. Oh my.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there you've got the mouse. You have to, I mean, it's heavy, this mouse. It's exhausting. So you're moving the mouse over the
Like
button. You're pressing
10
down on the left.
kilograms, and oh my god, yes, it's
Oh,
very
it's a
heavy.
lot of,
You
and then
move
when it
it
asks,
like it's very, yes.
absolutely, the whole weight of the world on your shoulders. And then when you click it, sometimes they ask you to do something else. And that's really like, what? Come on, guys. I've clicked. I've showed my support. I'm with you. Now I'm going to go and get myself a cup of tea. That is clicktivism. Okay. And I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm a clicktivist. I know I am. And it is something that the internet has begun. Once upon a time, we used to write letters. Angry from Birmingham. You know, you'd write letters to your local newspaper or your local MP. This is a British perspective, by the way. Or you'd write letters to the national press and you'd express your outrage in a letter. It actually took more effort than a click. You had to go out and buy a stamp, address the
Indeed.
envelope, go to the post office and post it. Come on. Now we click. Okay. Now, a lot of
Hardly
people
click.
actually, a lot of people have been asking me, what do I mean by be active? Okay. So if you go to the forum, if you go to the website actually, and you go to the, what am I talking? Chat. There it is. If you go to the website and you go to the forum part of the website, and I do try to say that you have to be active. Okay. Let me just get rid of that there. Okay. So when you join the forum, it doesn't take much. It's click, enter some profile information, click, you're a member. And that's what a lot of people want. However, a lot of other people want the Skype aspect to it. Okay. And in order to take your membership of the forum beyond playing games and chatting in text and joining in the Skype groups, you have to do a bit more. And you have to be on my contacts list. And you then have to be added to the meetup group. What do you need to do? And it says here, to join in any of our Skype sessions, you have to be an active member of the Learn English Forum and be in Learn's contact list on Skype. Okay. Now, by active, a lot of people are thinking, I get my second star and that's it. Nice. Yeah, great. No. So by active, yes, you need 2 stars, but you need to stay active. Otherwise,
For a
the
while, right?
sessions forever, for as long as you're
Forever.
for as long as you're for as long as you're taking part in the Skype sessions. Now, there's no requirement to have 2 stars to come to these sessions. You really don't need to. You just have to come along when the session is running and join in. And if we can add you to the call, we will. That's a big if, I know, but these sessions, anybody with the link can come and join the session. There's no requirement to even be a forum member. Okay. Which is a bit of a shock for some people. And it's why I'm running these webinar sessions the way I am, because a lot of people said they wanted to join in, but didn't have time to be active. And so I said, okay, let's look for something that will give me some control so I don't have the same problem we used to have in Pal Talk with the disruption, but will allow people to just join. And it's working, I mean, this session is only once a month and people aren't really used to it, but they want to watch the replay, whatever. But the other sessions, the Monday session, the Wednesday session, the Tuesday session, the Thursday session, absolute beginners, people are registering and they're coming along. Some people join the call. Those who can join the call. In the absolute beginner session, people seem to want to just listen to me drone on about English. That's fine. I can do that, But for Skype, there is this requirement to be active. And it's because in the past, I did have it open. Join the forum, get into Skype. And I was adding people, lots of people, hundreds of people. Every month, there'd be a couple of hundred people. They never did anything. They never joined a session. They never came back to the forum. And it was like almost like trolling in a way. So I thought, okay, I've got to put a requirement in. And my requirement came be active.
Okay, what happened to those people who got 2 stars and stopped being active?
That's what we're going to come to in a moment. That's where I get mean. You know how everybody thinks I'm really nice? I'm mean. Zom knows. Zom said yesterday, I think, you're mean. And she's right. You have to be. This is online. And there's, more and more people online. And they've got a lot of people have got this clicktivism approach to learning English. The more English forums I join, the more English groups I join, the more English things I click on, I will absorb the English. It's like the old myth. Did you ever hear about the old myth? And it is a myth that you can listen to English in your sleep and you'll learn it that way. Don't work. And it's the same with joining and joining and joining and joining. Yeah, it's fun. You feel like you're making progress. You're not. The only time you make progress is by doing something on all those things you're joining, whether it's a network or something else. And even just watching stuff. It's better than not watching stuff, but it's still not going to really give you the progress you're looking for. The only thing that will give you the progress most learners of languages are looking for is being productive, writing and speaking. Okay. Now, the writing is covered by the forum, and some people write. The speaking is covered by our sessions, and some people speak. Okay. So it is there, but you have to want it enough to do something about it. I am not going to, and the network isn't geared up to feed it to you. Yeah, we can't spoon feed people. You know this, don't you, Aladdin? You know this.
Yes, indeed.
So what happens so people do get 2 stars now. Okay, and it shows motivation. That's one reason for asking for people to, 1, fill out their profile, and 2, introduce themselves in the new members forum. And then 3, to just keep going, keep posting messages until they get the badge and the 2 stars and it says active member next to their profile. Okay. That's really great. That's fantastic. Love it. It doesn't and it can't stop there. Okay. Then they get into Skype. Quite often they get into Skype and realize, oh, none of these sessions are in times I can take part.
And they
I
left
can't
the
do
group.
anything about. Then they let me know, and they're really disappointed.
They left in group, Ellen, and when I see them, oh, you take lots of time to try to being active and to send Lena a message to add you on the group, and you easily here left the group. Someone left the group for those. I'm not sure.
I'll tell you why
you came.
No, I can explain what happened. I know what happens there. They join the group, and then people start chatting in the group. And whilst they're at work, they use Skype at work, and they get ping, ping,
notification.
ping,
Yeah.
ping, and they don't know how to turn off group notifications. That's why I quite often, when they've left the group, I always send them a nice little message saying, if group notifications bother you, do this, go to thingy, and you can switch them off. And then they usually ask me to add them back into the group, which I do. Because people have got, their 2 stars. Now, the problem is when people get 2 stars, some start being active in Skype and then they kind of forget about the forum. And I try to encourage people to keep active in the forum because the forum is driving the network. It's like we're committed to you. You have to make a commitment to us. We're not asking for money. We're asking for activity. We're asking for you to show that you're motivated to learn English. Why are we doing this for free? I don't know. Just because I started doing it for free, it seems mean to not do it for free now. But is it free? I've always said the cost to you is your time and your participation. Now, yet again, people sometimes go to sessions and Marion and Natasha, they'll always put up a link to the discussion on the forum about the session. It's an ability for people to think about what they've talked about, read about, and to put it into their own words. Be productive, not just taking it in, consuming it. It's about thinking about it, engaging with it. And that's how your brain starts to remember things and to make links. And so there is a pedagogical reason for doing this. But a lot of people don't. They've taken part in the session, but they don't even go into the forum to say thank you to Natasha or Marion, or thanks, I enjoyed that, or thanks, but could we do that again next week, or could we do something different? There's no feedback, there's no engagement. So what happens to people who get 2 stars and then stop engaging, just maybe turn up every so often? Well, the first thing that will happen in Skype, if you don't participate in sessions, you will be removed from the session group. Not from the meetup group, but from the session group, because there is a limit to the number of people that each group can hold. Okay. And for a session group, even though that number is quite high, there's only a certain number that can actually take part in a voice session. Okay, so it's called culling or spring cleaning, as I call it. So if you don't take part in a session, you are removed from the group. Some people take great exception to that. They've not been for 4 months. They get removed from a group and they come screaming to me, why have you removed me? Well, you haven't been taking part. We haven't seen you before. You might be dead for all I know. So it's not a punishment. It's just us tidying up, keeping things manageable. The meetup group, they're still in there. They're still in my contact list. So to be re-added, you just send me a message and say, can you add me again? And I will. It's not an issue. As long as you haven't been naughty, in which case you're never getting back in. But yeah, you will get, hi Rima, I've just seen you. I'm sorry. I'm pontificating here. Aladdin asked the fatal question. So yeah, people get removed from Skype first. Okay. Now, if in 2 years, between a year and 2 years, I haven't heard anything from anybody, from a particular person on Skype, I will remove them from my contacts. Okay. They're out of my contacts. Now, that doesn't mean to say they've been removed from the forum. I'm a very patient person. I don't know if you agree with me, but I think over the years, I have proved that I am very patient. And I also understand time, pressures, and also the motivation to keep learning something that you feel so frustrated by.
So I have questions here.
Mm-hmm. Thank you,
Uh,
Rima. That was the
are
correct
you
answer.
do you tracking people? For example, if I am asked you to add me on those group on Skype, so
Mm-hmm.
you will add me to your contact
Mm-hmm.
list, and after
Yep.
that, how do you know that I am taking part of this session or not? I know some people know. Yes, they will. You will know them after a while because they keep uh, joining and get involved to our sessions. But some of them might be going for 1 session or 2 and they disappeared. So are you tracking them?
I don't track people. I sound so. It's like you stalking them. No,
I
I'm not
mean,
stalking.
if
I know what you mean.
for
I know what
example,
you
you
mean. No,
have
I'm not. I'm not.
yeah.
Okay, this is how it works, and this is how you can control large numbers of people on Skype. I don't keep groups beyond 2 years. Okay, when I add you into a group, you know how Skype works. I'm a bit loath to screen share Skype because it might crash my system. But anyhow, in Skype, you have contacts. Okay, when you're added to somebody's contact, it means you can message each other. Without being in somebody's contact list, you can't message each other
Yes.
unless you're then in a group, and then you can talk to each other in the group. That's why I keep the contacts in my list, and it's up to Marion and Natasha if they add people to their contact list or not. Okay, because they use Skype for other things, yeah, and they might not want people in their contact list. Did you hear that? Blup, blup, blup.
Yep.
That's what
Yep.
people hear when they join a group. Can you hear it? So that's why people sometimes leave the groups. Okay, so when I
You
set
can
up my
turn notification off.
yeah, I know. I don't, because this is the price I pay for running the network. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, I'm not going to share my screen on Skype because it's got too many names
Yes, indeed.
on it,
Okay.
but I can describe it to you. You have your messages. Well, obviously, when I get messages, that tells me who's active, who's wanting to be added to groups, or who's got a question about groups. And I try to answer them on Skype. I prefer people to use the forum, I'll be honest. It's easier for me because I get these notifications and I know when I've responded, etc. But Skype, Google Plus, Facebook, I'll get round to you eventually, honest. But in Skype, in the recent discussions, I'll of course get to know people, because those are the people who go, can you add me to this, and can you tell me about that, and can you do more sessions? No. Then you have your contacts. Now, each session group in Skype, I have a contact. I have in my contacts. You just save them to your favorites. Okay, so when you've joined a group, so the meetup group, for example, you literally click on it. There's a little star top left, and it adds it to your favorites, and that group then goes into your contacts. And what I do is I add people when they go into my contact list. Okay, when they apply, I have to send them a contact request and they have to respond to it. When they do that, I add them to a list, just a little group I've created called applicants. Okay, so I can always see who's an applicant, who's replied to me yet, and who hasn't. 7 days after I've told people on the forum that I've sent them that message, and 7 days later, I will remove that contact request if they haven't accepted it, because that means either we're just not in the same time zone at all. Maybe they've given me the wrong Skype name. Maybe they're just playing around on the internet and not taking it very seriously. But I just remove them after 7 days. When I see them go green, which means they're in my contacts, I add them to a group. Okay, so I have several groups. I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different groups in
14.
Skype. 14 in my contacts. So that's not the groups that I have for sessions.
I
They're
know.
on top of that. This is just groups for organizing the members. So we have applicants. Okay, then I have ESL Meetup. They're the people who are in my contact list for the Learn English Network. That's everybody. Then, this is where I get sneaky. I have ESL Meetup 2016, ESL Meetup 2017, ESL Meetup 2015. ESL Meetup 2014 has gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And those
2013
people
has
on
gone.
2014 will move to another.
If they're active. If they've been active, and
Yeah.
I normally know because I've set up the ESL groups in Skype by year as well. And so at the moment, we're on ESL Meetup 2015, which in this year will be cold. And what I normally do, I give lots of time and I leave a message in the group to say, okay, let me know if you want to be added to the new group. And you'll get out of, at the moment, 177 people. There were 250. So I've culled that many over the time since the beginning of 2015. Okay. I'm not into collecting lots of names and contacts. I'm really not. I'm into just being here for people who want to practice their English. And if they don't want to practice their English, it's not a punishment. It's just, okay, bye. Have a nice life. And that's what happens each year. So 2014, people got messages to say, if you want to continue in the sessions and the groups, then let me know. They send me a message, private message, or add something in the group, and I just move them into the new groups. Okay. So I set up a new group, 2018 it will be, or 2017, whatever, 2017 plus 2, probably this year it'll be 2017 plus 2. Add them into those groups, and then we continue, and I keep adding new members in there until the end of next year. The same thing will happen to the 2016 groups. Okay, so it's like a rolling effect. Some people, some members are like yourself, very long term in the groups, will keep being added to the new groups. I know you. I'll add you. I won't even ask you. I'll just put you in there. Okay, so that's how I run Skype. And that's how I know when people are active. I'm not going into every session to see. I let Marion and Natasha run those sessions as they see fit. But yes, they remove people from those sessions. But the meetup groups I do control, and I control it through just seeing who's active, leaving messages, asking me to join things. I get to know people that way as well. Even though I'm not running Skype sessions anymore, I'm on Skype every day, even though it goes bloop, bloop, bloop all the ready time. So on that note, let me quit Skype before I start getting more. Okay. So, Rima, yay, he's put his hand up. Should we let him in, Aladdin?
Okay.
Come and join us, Rima. So that's how Skype runs. Now, the forum is slightly different. Okay, now let me just remove this and make sure I'm not going to show anything I shouldn't, because I'm sick of having to blank things out. Okay. And when you go into the forum, there's obviously a member list. There's like a users, I don't like the word users, but there's a users list. And there are 17,460 users of the forum. Okay. So if you can imagine that, we have 17,260 members.
Not active members.
Exactly. Active. What does active mean? Engaging or ready to engage in physically energetic pursuits. Okay. It also means mobile, energetic, agile, sporty, nimble, vigorous, vital, dynamic, sprightly, spry, lively, animated, bouncy, bubbly, perky, frisky, zestful, spirited, and more. Okay. Now, do I expect you to do calisthenics whilst you're a member of the forum? No. But it's that ready to engage. And this is more ready to engage in mentally stimulating pursuits. That's what I mean by active. Is Marco with us? Is Rima with us?
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Rima. I saw you laughing at me. But this session is what do I mean by being an active member? So on Skype, obviously being active means taking part in the sessions. On the forum, it's that plus taking part in the forum. Now, that might mean doing anything as simple as, let me just go to a forum here. If you go to the groups, okay, so for the absolute beginners, okay, it means joining the absolute beginners group. And you can only get into absolute beginners if you've marked yourself as a beginner or elementary. It doesn't mean an absolute beginner in the forum, it means as an English learner, okay? But once you're a member there, this has happened again, you see, all these names, yeah? Oh, yeah, please let me join, please let me join. Okay. 0 comments, 5 comments, 0 comments, 2 comments, 1 comment, 0 comments, 0 comments, 0 comments. That's not being active. That's just joining. Beginners, say hello here. 6 comments. Wow. I mean, really? That is not what I mean by being active. That was me trying to be Trump. It didn't work very well, did it? So, Rima, you are what I would call active. Yeah.
Really?
Is it hard? Is it really hard work? Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You take part in things. You take part in sessions. You take part in conversations. How active would you describe yourself? You just laughed when I said I would call you active.
Maybe I like honestly more to speak with someone than to write. But as you said, it's like something like maybe that it's maybe it's also important to write something because to ask and to discuss a little bit more about something what you have done on this session. It will provide you better. This session, for instance, some idioms, some new words will be more easily implemented into your brain if you just write it on the forum or ask some question or something like it, and just prolong a little more conversation about some specific subject. And
it's about engaging with what you can. It's great. I know we have lots of fun in sessions. I know we do. I love them. I really enjoy myself.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks later, you've probably forgotten what the session was about, unless you go into the social groups or you go into the Skype group and you engage with that topic just to talk about it, in some ways, during the session, it's very lively and it goes quite quickly. I know that. And then, you switch your computer off, go make a cup of tea. If the next day you just go in and think, oh yeah, Natasha said she'd written something that Marion said, we could look at the vocabulary here or watch a video here. Go into the forum, look at it, just say something about it, because your brain then sits up and takes note. Oh, was that something I was meant to pay attention to? So in some ways, it's kind of the payment, if you like, for the sessions. Yeah. And if you just look at the social groups, yeah, it's getting better. People are becoming more engaged in this respect. But even then, 4 comments. It's not a lot. Oh, 8 comments. There you go, from Marion's group on happiness. Now, who actually left those comments? Let me have a look. I'm not going to name and shame.
But maybe okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking. Yeah, the usual suspects, which is Aladdin. Well done, Aladdin. Aren't you glad you?
Sometimes that's a problem here. It's sometimes I want to go to those topic and I bookmark them, but after a while I forget. It's happened for me, by the way. Sometimes that I want very hard to get involved with the topic chatting, and because it's give you, like you said, it's give you this sometimes when we are talking, we couldn't focusing on this point or these things, and we can increase our knowledge by typing and discuss this topic on the forum. But it in this ways, I bookmark them, all of them, every time. But how many of them I go back to comments? It's a
Do you
little.
want me to tell you?
It's a little, and it might be. It's an average for every 10,
Okay.
10 bookmark topics.
I do
Might be I go
understand.
to comment for 3 or 2, and this is
Yeah,
not.
I do understand that. Remember, I'm learning German, and I make all the same mistakes you guys make. I really do. I did a session once with a lovely teacher. She was lovely. And we didn't have time to finish the lesson because we were having such a good time. We were laughing and joking about stuff. And then at the end, we realized, oh my goodness, we haven't finished the lesson. And she, bless her, and this is a teacher who's being paid, by the way. And normally they're really kind of like, that's the session's over, forget it. Yeah, off you go now. Bye bye. I've got my next load to look after. It's the way language learning can be. It's one of the reasons I began the network was to enable people to engage beyond that. You know, this is your hour and a half that you've paid for, and then you can just go away. Or this is the course, you know, the end of a 6-month course. Thank you for your money. Bye. It's one of the reasons the network's here.
Here is your diploma.
Yeah, it's a horrible way to treat people. It really is. Ka-ching, bye. So, but what happened was she said, oh, send me, if you write this, because it was a piece of writing that was the end of the lesson. She said, send it to me and I'll mark it for you. She did not need to do that. It's not do you know what? I never did it. I thought I was going, and then eventually it was too embarrassing to write it because it was like 4 weeks later when I actually had time. I thought, oh, I can't do that. She won't even remember that she offered. She'll just think I'm being cheeky. So if you're listening to this, I am so sorry. But yeah, of course I do the same. And by being active, I don't mean being on the forum 24/7 or even 8 hours a day. I just mean pop in. If you've done a session, even if it's only you've done 5 sessions that week, but one particularly grabbed your attention, pop in, tell the person who ran the session you enjoyed it, you didn't enjoy it. Even if you didn't enjoy it, let us know, because it's like the forum is like our feedback as well. Yeah, and feedback is so important. I'll just keep doing the same old stuff. You know, even if nobody takes part, I'll just do it because I enjoy it. I like it, you know. But if somebody asks me, can we do this? Tough Guys asked me to do a session on the genitive, double genitive, in fact. But I took it on board and I thought, okay, we're not ready for that yet because we've never really covered that. So at the moment, in Back to Basics, Tough Guy, if you're watching this, we are doing sessions on the possessive. So, and from the possessive, which is of course the genitive as well, we'll build up to this because it's quite an advanced topic. But eventually he's going to get what he asked for because he asked. Yeah, he asked me, can we do this? And of course, I won't do it next week or the week after, because if I don't think we're ready, I'll build up to it. But I will do it. And that's the feedback we're looking for on the forum. Okay. And the feedback for Natasha and for Marion, it's really for them as well. It's to say, yeah, do that again, or please don't do that again. And no feedback when everybody in the session went, yeah, that was great, thanks ever so much, but we can't be bothered to do anything more now. We want the next session, whatever it is. That's not being active. Now, how active do you have to be to remain active? You've got your 2 stars, okay? You've got your badge, and you've got the word active member, okay? What happens then? Well, you've heard what happens in Skype. I get a bit ruthless after 2 years. Come on, that's not really ruthless, is it? That's just keeping things tidy. Otherwise, I'd have so many members on Skype. Skype would think I was some kind of marketer or spammer or something. Really, I just don't want that. So I do cull and I do remove people. They will still be members of the forum. And if they suddenly think, oh, I used to go to Skype sessions and I've got more time now. Yeah, my job's not as demanding, or I'm on holiday or whatever. They can just ask me, can you put me back in Skype? Yeah, as long as they've still got their 2 stars, that's fine. Okay. However, this is the but. This is where I get mean again. In the forum, I am able to see how many members we have. Okay, so under users, 17,460. Now that goes up and down. And every month it goes down by quite a chunk. Because if I see that somebody's joined the forum and never commented, I remove them. Okay. Now that can be after a few months, to be honest, because if somebody's joined and never even said hello, I just presume it's a bot that's joined. We've got stuff in place to try to prevent bots, but some bot programs are very clever. I'll just delete the account. Okay. The person can come back and join again. I'm not going to stop them, but I will delete the account because they've joined it. They've never even said hello. That's it. They've got to go. It's just like, oh, please, I haven't got time for this. Then other people have joined and they've left 1 comment. Well, they haven't got their 2 stars. After a year, I will remove that account. If the comment was particularly good, I might keep the comment. It will be deleted user. The most common user in the forum is called deleted user. I don't know if you've met deleted user yet.
I met
them.
Yeah.
but I read some comments. I don't know. 3-letter nickname, and I realized her or his name because in the response of in conversation with someone, they add monkey and called this person, and this person wrote a lot of like maybe interesting comments. I don't know why. Maybe he or she just didn't want to participate. Did they request, or maybe he or she has a few hundreds messages and maybe they didn't participate for a year? Or when you remove, for instance, who wrote 100 messages, when you decide to remove him, when he is not active for a year, or
We'll come to that. Yeah, I will come.
Okay.
Yeah, I will come to that. Okay, so deleted user, that is somebody who was a member and posted and then has been removed as a member. So that account has gone. It's not one person. Okay. So let me give you an example. So here, I can't screen share because I don't want to have to blur out the details. But we've got, hello, Lynn. I found this place and I am beginner here, but I'm happy and eager for learning and improve my English with UCU. We never saw them again. Okay. Oops, I forgot. My name is Man. And oh, no, this is the same person. And I'm from Brazil. I speak Portuguese. I tried to start learning English 9 years ago. I want learning because my jobs and all opportunities about English can give in my life. Okay. That was in November 2013. 2 posts. Okay, 2 posts. And then in 2015, 2 years later, I found that person, Mana from Brazil. Hi, Mana. And I thought, okay, now to me, I don't know what's happened to Mana. I have no idea. She might have been run over by a bus. All I know is she's not been active. Now, am I going to send her a letter after 2 posts and say, please come back to the forum? No, I'm not. I'm just going to delete the account. That person can then join again in a few years when she's, I don't know, when the children have grown up and left home. I don't know why people have left. Now, that's when somebody's left 2 comments or 1 comment and then disappeared for a year. Okay. I will eventually find them and I will delete those accounts. I don't want a big collection of members. Yeah, I'd be even stricter if I had the time, but I haven't. It's just me clicking delete, 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 delete when I have time. Now, you mentioned, Rima, what happens when somebody's left 100 or so comments? Okay. What then happens, I do send a message. Okay. If somebody has been very active and got badges, etc., and 2 years, remember we get these anniversary badges? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they come up, and it generally means somebody's popped into the forum. Now, they might not have actually left a comment for 2 years. I will take the email they used to join the forum and I will send them a personal email. They've got to have been very active. I will just say, did you want to continue on the forum? Did you want to carry on in the network? And sometimes they'll say yes, or sometimes they'll say, oh no, I've got no time. Could you delete my account? Okay, that's when I delete the account, when they ask me to, or if I don't hear from them for like a month or two, I just figure, okay, they're dead. Oh, I'm so sorry, but I can't do anything about it. I delete the account. Generally, people say, oh yes, something's happened and I haven't got time, but I'd like to continue with the network. Then they stay, and I put a note on their account to say, going through tough times or a bit busy at the moment, and I'll check it again in a year's time, see what's happening. And I'll send them another email. I'm not going to just delete people. But if people have only left one comment saying, hi, I want Learn English, then yes, I am going to delete the account after a year. If people haven't ever left a message, never left a message, I will delete the account after 3 months. Okay.
You know what I thought it is like? Maybe they like, I don't know, maybe you conduct this practice, but I thought like maybe they were swearing a lot or something, or they were very rude.
No, please, no. I mean, I'd really like to change that deleted user to be ex-member, because deleted user does sound harsh, but it's, I've asked and they haven't done it yet, but I have asked for it to be ex-member. Now, if somebody is rude, they don't get deleted. They get put in the naughty corner. You won't be able to see them, Rima, but there's not many, considering that it's, an open forum. People are usually very well behaved, if not very active. But no, they get put into what I call, they either get marked as trolls or they get banned. Okay. And you wouldn't see them. You wouldn't see anything from them.
I would even see them if they are
they
if they're
disappear.
swearing.
Nope, they disappear for you.
Disappear because you delete them.
I have marked them as banned. Okay. And band members, strangely, band members can be members for a long time. Longer than deleted users. But I don't want to unban them by deleting their account so that they could join again. No, they're banned. They're gone. Of course, they could rejoin, but I'll just ban them again. They do come in, and hopefully we catch them. We're pretty good. The moderators are very good, and they will send me messages. Amatsu regularly says this person is spamming, or this person's selling something, or this person's being a troll. In which case I just go and, no second chances. We're very strict. But you have to be. It's the internet. Otherwise it would be chaos. I had an open forum once at the very beginning when I was naive and young. It was absolute mess. It truly was.
So no way to clean their sins.
If somebody came to me and apologized and said, it has happened, somebody said, oh, I'm sorry, could you remove that? I got carried away. And I thought, oh, yeah, okay. And I do that. People get carried away sometimes in conversations. I've hidden a few conversations as well and let them carry on. Just carry on your own. I'm not going to join in. But if it gets, if somebody's being out of order or threatening or, just wants to kill me, they're gone. Okay. No second chances. If you threaten to kill me, you're gone. Okay.
By the way, I have never realized what the flag is like in vote up, awesome, like, agree, insightful, quote. I everything understand, but doesn't understand what flag. If I click on your comment flag, What will?
Don't flag your own comments. Somebody, I think it was Moon, I had to send her a message and said, don't flag your comments. If you flag something, it basically means, warning, warning, please check this. It's
Oh,
bad. It's naughty.
so that's the way, like people to complain to someone.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It literally raises a red flag for me. And then I go and check it. And sometimes somebody has flagged their own comment thinking that, I will check it. Yes, I'll check it. I won't do anything with it though. I'll just go, oh God, clear it. But if you, as a member, I mean, the forum has to kind of moderate itself. Members have to moderate themselves. It's a big forum, 17,000 users. Not all of them are actually English learners. We need to catch those. Yeah. The shoe sellers. Yeah. And that's down to the goodwill of the members of the forum. And the moderators, they can deal with this stuff. But sometimes some moderators aren't confident to click on delete, and therefore they just let me know and I do it. It might not happen straight away, but I do it.
I suppose that you haven't had very much these reports, like this flag.
No,
Put in.
people normally know, people who are on things like Twitter and Facebook, people are much more internet savvy now than the beginning. At the beginning, people would do all kinds. I mean, some people, maybe not so much, yeah, but it's a nice forum to be if you're a new person on the internet, because we do try to keep people comfortable, safe, and make them feel welcome, etc. But we can only do so much. We are small. I think people forget that the Learn English Network is a voluntary organisation, and we are tiny, and we don't charge anything, so we can't have the bells and whistles of some of the big guys. But I think we're one of the few people who do talk to people. A lot, they'll put out videos and pieces of artwork or images, and they'll put out articles and tons and tons of stuff, but they won't actually talk to you. Not even in chat. They just let people get on with it, and they moderate, but they don't actually engage. I think that's one of the things we do on the network, and we do it well. We engage, but we do expect that engagement to be reciprocated. We do expect it to, the engagement it can't only be one way, because communication isn't one way, and we're about communication. So by active, I don't mean super active. I don't mean running sessions. I don't mean going on the forum every day. I do mean going on the forum every month, maybe, and writing something sensible and saying what you enjoyed about sessions and what you didn't enjoy and what you'd like to see on the forum, and sharing ideas with each other. I love it when people start doing something themselves and start a topic and then don't just put the topic there and leave it. Like having a baby and abandoning it. Yeah, and engaging with the people who engage with the topic. It's great. It can be frustrating if nobody comes and comments, but people like Mohit and Kind and Bubbly, and they'll put stuff up and they'll run with it and they'll help other people. And they'll go into the new members section. That's really important, that current members, active members, go into the new members section and say hello to the new members and make them feel welcome and answer their questions. Even if you've answered the same question 20 times before, they won't read that answer. They will ask the same question themselves. We have to be patient because we all do it. Aladdin, you've put, this is hard to do it, Lynn. What do you mean? What's hard to do?
It's to track them. You are tracking them.
No, I'm not. I'm finding them. No, tracking would mean, to me, tracking is following people and seeing what they do.
I mean, it's when you're trying to, okay, this one is not active, so a little bit you will do.
Yeah, I find
hard
them.
work.
I don't track them. I find them. It's not hard work because they pop up. Yeah, they pop up when I look for a particular. I'm not going to tell you how I find the ones that are not active. I generally find the ones who aren't active through the people who are active. Okay, that might sound strange, but when I look at somebody who's being active, I'll think, oh, that's that. Oh no, that's not that name. Who has that name? I'll look. Oh, they haven't been around for 2 years. Bye. So yeah, but not tracking. No, I haven't got time to follow what
Yeah.
people are doing. You know, when I
You know,
do react to things, well, when I react to things, it's because something else has happened that's brought me to that thing. I follow the thread of a conversation. Somebody asks me a question. I go into a particular part of the forum. There's a conversation, and I'll respond to it. You know, if I could respond to every single post, I would. You know, but we save that for the lessons, and yeah, in the lessons you get that. But in the forum is there for members. And it's there for members to engage with each other, engage with our sessions, and get used to being active, being productive, not just reading and watching, but by thinking about something to say and actually saying it and
the
playing the
same on
games.
all platform. Yeah. The
Yeah,
same
I mean,
on Google Plus communities, the same on
yeah,
everything else.
anything. I
Yeah.
mean, Google Plus community, it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious, but I don't
Someone
mind.
said, yes, someone said, I want to thank every member here and to let me improve my. I'm not sure is that sarcasm or not, but I didn't see. I was trying to be nice with them in the comments. So okay, hi there. Have you ever tried to join to any sessions online? That I give him the link for calendar, but I'm not sure is he trying to thank everyone to improving his English. I'm not sure what does that mean.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Now remember that a lot of people find the videos and watch the videos, download the videos, whatever, and they feel that they're being
It's kind
active.
of
That's
sarcasm.
just,
Since I
well, it
joined
might have
the
been.
group, my English skills have improved a lot without not seeing him in any session. So is it happen? No, I'm not sure.
Where is it? I'm trying to find it. I can find. Is it in discussions or teaching and learning?
Okay, let me
I'm
see.
Chinese. This is
On
English.
discussions, yes.
On discussions. Okay, let me go to discussions then. Hang on. I can kind of remember seeing it and thinking, oh yeah, I want to thank the members and admins of this group. Since I joined the group, my English skills have improved a lot. Thanks once again for being there to help me. I don't think that's being Brahim. That's not being sarcastic, is it?
No, maybe he's just honest.
Oh, maybe I mean, some people can watch a video and remember every single thing in the video, but yeah, I'm not sure. When did Brahim join?
That's
It
really
doesn't actually say when that person joined, but I think that's quite sweet. Aladdin, you're a cynic. But no, the Google Plus community, there's no culling going on in there. Okay, you join it, you stay, you leave when you want to leave, and if you engage, great. If you don't, you don't. Boo-hoo. Never mind. Okay. What we can't do, because this is a free network, we can't hold hands. Yeah. We can't spoon feed and we can't hold hands. You have to be the sort of director of your own fate, if you like, in the network. We won't. I mean, we do send reminders now for Webinar Jam, but we won't bug you. And as I say, the only time I do send personal messages out is when a super active ex-member or a super active member suddenly goes quiet, and it's only just to see if they're okay, really, and if they want to carry on. I don't go, oh, if you don't reply, I'm going to remove your account. I just say, oh, do you want to continue with the network? Is everything all right? You know, and usually I get a reply because those people have already been active. They know what we're all about, and they've just had life experiences that have dragged them away, and they hope to come back usually. A couple of people have joined, been super duper active. Now that's the other active member. The people who join with great enthusiasm. They join. They're like, "Hi, I'm here to learn English. Yay! Look at me. I'm going to learn English. Yay!" And then they write in several different things. They get their badge within, gosh, a day. You can do it. It's not that difficult. And then they join every single group on Skype, and they join everything, and then they register for all the sessions, and they don't actually do anything else. It's like they fizzle out like a firework that's got too many. It's like poof and then gone. That's also not that great if you're going to be engaging in the network. Okay, it's lovely to have energetic people, but we do tend to take things a bit slowly for them, I think. So, the things happen. We do a lot, I think, but it's not 24/7 yet. Maybe when it's 24/7, that kind of person will continue that enthusiasm, but you have to be a bit patient. We're patient with members, and members have to be a bit patient back with us. They get frustrated because I don't add them as soon as they get their 2 stars. They're not instantly on Skype, and they're not instantly into a session. Yeah. It's not possible. I'd love it to be automated, but a lot of the network is hands-on, actually doing stuff. Nothing puts you into Skype immediately. I put you into Skype when I have time, and that can be a couple of days. And if it's the weekend, you're buggered, because I'm not going to do it at the weekend, guys. Okay, I refuse. It's down tools at the weekend for me. I might say hi in Skype occasionally, but it's very rare that I'll start adding people until Monday comes. So people do have to be patient. And if it's a bank holiday, or if I'm on holiday, oh my goodness, it must be awful, but I can't do anything about it. So, send money and I'll start employing people to do this stuff. Otherwise, you're just going to have to put up with the fact I'm very slow.
We have a complaint about active here between, I just noticed that on Google Plus community, between Khaled Goma and Bubbly. He posted things here because Bubbly, I think, deleted him from English-speaking club on Skype.
Yes.
So what is
Thank you.
I
Thank you
just
for
comment about thank you for deleting me. And she said, "Okay, you are busy." I just comment to him, "You are not active there, Khalid Goma. You are not active in any other kind of session. So
Wait,
don't
again,
blame yourself, Khaled."
No. There's no blame. There's being active. There's continuing to be active. Then there's lifeus interruptus, as I call it. And at some point, he might come back in the future and be active. But don't expect to stay just because you joined forever. It doesn't work it can't work like that, because we're not the internet. We don't want to be Facebook. We don't want millions of members who are zombie members. We want active members. Okay, and we will do as much as we can to keep people active and to motivate people by running sessions, by doing things that we think are interesting. Yeah. And yes, not everybody can join the live sessions, but that's the nature of live sessions. We are in a time zone, and, without being able to employ teachers from around the world, we can't really cover every time zone yet. But, maybe sometime in the future, we could have somebody on. Wouldn't it be great? 24/7, somebody willing to interact with you 24/7. At the moment, no. You get, I don't know, how many sessions do we run now? Marion's on a break at the moment, so but she'll be back in the middle of May, I think. But then I'll be off. So now, what's really great, and what I think is one of the best examples of what do I mean by being active, is this group, the Learn English Network English Speaking Club. Okay, which is groups of members getting together and being active. Now, even in that group, you get people who join. They're asked to join. They're really keen to join, and then they don't do anything. They're just there, and they think, "Okay, I'm a member now. That's it. Great." Oh, ignore that. Let me just take that's me. That's my German lesson down there. You can't join me in my German lesson. Okay. And the other example of joining the English Speaking Club, joining the sessions. Yeah.
joining a speaking club is more is very fun, and
Yeah.
I want to join to them every time, but it's a little bit. If I
Do what
came
you
early,
can.
I join directly with them, and it's good.
And another example of being able to be active is by taking the vocabulary challenge.
Vocabulary
That can be
challenge.
done any time during, okay, this week it was Wednesday to Friday. Okay, you can do the vocabulary challenge on the forum. You can engage with people about the vocabulary, and you can do it at any time during those 3 days. Yeah. But again, that's on the forum. The other example of being active is to do what you do, Aladdin. Yeah. So there's the English speaking club, which is, I love it because it's every day and they're so good.
Daily
The
one,
people
yeah.
who are running it are so good that if they get stuck, they ask me, but otherwise they know that it's autonomous, it's self-driving, yeah, and I add members to it. And, I say to them, this is a student-led initiative. And Bubbly started it, but since then it's kind of grown into its own little club. It's great. Love it. I really do. And then your sessions, Aladdin, another example of being active. I think some people think that's what I mean by being active, run sessions.
No, this is
But
not. Yeah.
it's not. But it is an example of how active you can get. Start running your own sessions. Get onto the calendar. If you're willing to commit to running them regularly, and it is a commitment. Some people have started sessions and had to give up because they suddenly realize, actually, even if it's only once a week, it's a real commitment. I have to suddenly think, oh, I'm meant to be running a session. But you don't have to go that far.
You can try first. You can try first on learning English speaking club if you want.
Exactly. You can go to Learn English Speaking Club, get to know them, get to feel your way through it, and then say, I'd like to run a session.
You have an interesting topic, and you can go with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's a good way of sort of dipping your toe in the water and seeing if it's for you, if you want to take that kind of, and it is work because you have to prepare stuff. You have to be willing to engage with people during the session and preferably after it, which is where, again, if you see on the forum, you'll see in the Skype group, there is a thread for the English Speaking Club, and they will put in what they've been reading and discussing in the sessions. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Almost after every session, there is brief summary. What was?
Yeah, they're better at it than me. It's very teachery.
Because they want to learn English. You are not.
Exactly. I'm kind of going, oh, no.
You could write it in German.
You can write it in German, yes.
Oh, and hey, I am doing some German, by the way. I don't know if you've seen my effort in the polyglots group.
Polyglots, yeah.
Yeah, I've got it there. The DE to D. Oh, my goodness, that's so tough. It is so tough. I hadn't realized, but I'm doing my best. Now I'm doing that from German to German, though. I'm not translating from German to English or English to German. I'm not a big fan of translation, but I thought, oh, well, some people who are learning German or want to learn German might be interested to see the transcript of a German video. But even then, I am having to write question, because I'm like, I have no idea what you just said. So does that kind of cover the questions you had about what I mean by being active? It just means engaging. It just means posting once in a while and, having a conversation with people on the forum and in the sessions and bringing the two together. Yeah. It's not just one or the other. The network is, everything. And another example of being active is if you have a look at the English magazine. Okay, there's an example of being active. That's Bubbly's poem. Yeah, she's published it on the magazine. Yeah, it's there for everybody to see. And to me, that's also being active, doing something. Doesn't have to be exhausting. Frank is also being active on the magazine, and you'll find probably this weekend. I'm halfway through just editing his latest article, but he's writing articles on the English magazine. So, There are different ways of being active, and that also counts. But I find that the people who are active on the magazine and they tend to be active on the forum as well. So it kind of all ties in. Yeah. Aladdin, you've got an account on the English magazine, haven't you?
Yep, I have. I know what you mean.
I'm still waiting for your
Don't leave
technology.
me. Don't leave me.
Don't delete it. I'm sorry, Rima. I'm only joking because Aladdin went, oh yeah, can I be a member? And yeah, sure you can. So I added him. And he said, oh, I'm going to write about films and games. Okay, that sounds great.
Okay, come on, let's start.
But you write it in the forum. I mean, choosing the platform is absolutely fine. But yeah, when I'm saying being active, that's the kind of thing I meant. And yes, if you're active on the magazine, then you kind of get a hall pass for the forum. If you're active by running sessions in Skype, you kind of get a hall pass on the forum because I know your name. You know, I see you. I think, oh, it's that person. It's Mohit. It's Nidhi. It's Kind. They're busy doing that. I'm not going to suddenly delete them because they haven't been posting on the forum because I know the name. But if I don't know your name, if I haven't engaged with you, if you haven't engaged with the forum or the network in any way, then yes, you might find your account. You might find you're a deleted user or an ex-member. I'm going to really try and it does sound bad. Thank you, Rima, for reminding me. I'm going to chase them up.
But actually, Aladdin, you wrote a tech news roundup. Is that part of magazine or not?
It will be, yes.
Okay, so Lynn, don't delete Aladdin.
On the future. On the near future.
Yeah, let me think. Oh, by the way, there is something wrong with the magazine still because I managed to get us to HTTPS, which is great. But the problem we've got, it's killed the listening part. Well, the listening still works, but the nice fancy stuff's gone. The big thing is it's killed the blog comments, and I'm trying to get them back. I'm struggling at the moment, but nobody really. I mean, a few people use them, but
it's comments that sorry, it's by, for example, Google Plus. Because
no, it's discussed.
You remind me.
Discuss.
Okay, yes, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, it's discussed. They've just, since I moved to HTTPS, they've disappeared. And I think it's because I've got to map the discuss comments into HTTPS. Yeah. And I don't want to lose the comments we've already had, which are few and far between, I'll be honest. But considering the number of people who read the stuff, you'd think, go, oh yeah, that's funny, or that's lame, or whatever. I don't know, but they don't. They just kind of go read. I think people are so used to buttons like, dislike, lol. Clicktivism. Yeah?
It's easier than to write.
Yeah, it's
you must admit it's
when you're learning a language, clicking won't really help you. No, I'm afraid not.
But
Clicktivism won't change the world.
Yeah.
But are you crazy? I sometimes prefer to click okay, lol, or I can't find any word to describe them.
No, they are
rather than lol or awesome or something.
Yeah. Thumbs up. I don't like thumbs down because if you don't like it, just go away. But thumbs up, lol, yeah, they're great. Smiley face, whatever. However, this is English learning, and really beyond the occasional lot. If you're not writing for at least 25% of your time of learning, you've really got a bit of a problem. And if you're not speaking for at least 33% of your time of learning, so I don't know how much time you spend on learning, but you need to look at what you do whilst you're learning and make sure that over 50% of it is active, which is speaking and writing. We can't speak all the time, so writing is your other way in to practicing your English, practicing what you've learned. It's so key, and people have caught up with me because I said this right from the very beginning. Yeah, I can stand here in front of this class because I used to teach in a classroom. I said I can tell you everything I know about English. Yeah, And by the end of the course, you will not know everything I know about English. It doesn't work like that, guys.
Maybe they work just like a copy machine.
Well, no, I think some people can, and they tend to go onto YouTube and say how to learn English in 7 days. Their brains are very special. It's great. I wish
For
I was
one
like
night.
that.
One
Yeah,
night.
overnight. Put the book under your pillow, and whilst you sleep, all the information will leach into your brain.
That's some granny's advice.
Yeah, I know. Well, that kind of advice is still out there. I don't think you were in the session when I said this to Aladdin, but the idea of having earphones in and playing English whilst you sleep, playing podcasts, etc., whilst you sleep. It doesn't work. Well, maybe it does work for one person in 1,000. I don't know, but it certainly doesn't work for me. Even just having it playing in the background doesn't work. You have to listen, you have to engage, you have to think about it. And you do all the stuff we did at school. I can't remember a lesson at school that we didn't then have to repeat in our own words. Yeah, no, whenever we learn. Yeah, but I don't know how your schooling system is, but I know that even when we went on holiday, when we came back to school, we had to write about what we did on holiday. It was the worst thing about going on holiday because we never went anywhere. Everyone else wrote this stuff about Spain and France and Italy, and I wrote about my granny's farm.
Okay.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't imagine. Yeah.
Article. Science fiction things happen.
Yeah. Well, we had to write
aliens in this farm. Or zombie.
I think I did write a story about a hurricane. I did write it was a fantastic story about a hurricane and how we survived this hurricane. Do you know what? That hurricane never actually happened. But it did make for a much more interesting holiday.
Yeah.
I think if I remember rightly, I nearly got decapitated by a piece of corrugated iron that was flying across the farmyard. It never happened, but it was the only way I could think of writing something new about my visit to my granny's farm, where we spent most of our holidays. I was a very active imagination as a child. Okay, so you like the disagree click, Aladdin. I know you do.
But some people don't. Yes, I remove them. When they, you disagree with me. Okay, I'm disagree with your opinion here. What is happening? I don't agree. I disagree. You click on disagree. Okay, I will remove it. Sorry.
Yeah. Why have you disagreed with me? Because I don't agree with you. It's really funny. Yes, don't abuse the power of the disagree button. It's not available for everybody as well, so it's only actually available for admins, But yeah, I used to like the off-topic button because even some of the moderators, they're always going off topic.
It's happening.
But eventually, I just don't use it anymore. I just like, oh, really? It doesn't matter. Which is one reason one particular member left, because they felt that the forum was too, organic. They called it. Yeah, too off topic. Yeah, but I'm like, oh well, probably the wrong place for you. Then you need a course, you need a structure, and we don't do that. I said, well, try the lessons. Even they go off topic. Repeat the alphabet. I want to learn English. No, well, I suppose that's partly the alphabet, but it's not quite what we asked you to do, is it? I'm not going to tell people off for that kind of thing, though. As long as they're as long as they're being active, it's all good. Any questions? Does that kind of clear things up about, how to stay a member, how to engage with the community?
Yes.
I know, I'm preaching to the converted talking to you guys, I know.
The same question again. Don't expect that you will remove these questions. How to be active on the forum.
No, but now I can send people to this
active
video.
Mean?
Yeah, but now we can just post the video. We're going to have the link to the video.
Yes.
Okay, so we just say, watch this. That's what it means.
Don't ask anything. Just watch it.
I know. It's like, how do I get 2 stars? How many times have we told people how to get the 2 stars? Is it difficult? No, it isn't. Is it worth doing? You have to decide. If you can't be bothered, that's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You can't be bothered. But it does put a big question mark in my mind next to your motivation. Because if you can't be bothered to go for 2 stars, what's going to make you bother turning up for the sessions we're running? Yeah, you're just not going to do it. So it's a kind of way of weeding out people who need motivating, and we're not geared up to be able to motivate people beyond what we already do. I mean, to me, the motivation, that's why I'm not doing the participants badge in 2017. I'm doing the hosting badge and the winners badge for any of the games. I'm not doing the participation badge because I've decided participation is its own reward. You shouldn't need a badge to want to actually do what you say you want to do, which is learn English. Just call me Little Miss Non-Motivator. Little Miss Unmotivator. No more. No, some people said, can I have a participants badge? I said, no, I'm not doing them this year. Oh, my decision. I said, participation is its own reward. Aladdin's very quiet on that. Come on, you got your activity organizer badge, Aladdin.
Okay. But don't delete me from magazine, please.
No, I'm not.
I'm thinking about magazine now.
You're worried now, aren't you? No, I'm sorry. When I suddenly started talking about Frank and Bubbly, I thought, actually, Aladdin's got an account. By the way, you wouldn't say don't leave me. If I left you, it would mean I'd leave you in charge of the magazine, because I'd leave the magazine if I left you. Okay? Don't remove me from.
Don't remove. Okay.
Yeah, don't remove me from. And yeah, it's not going to happen straight away. I don't remove people from the forum as soon as they join. I don't. I give people months to actually get used to it, engage. But yes, eventually I will, because I'm not about collecting names and email addresses. I don't even have an email address collection you can get these auto-respondery type things, and you can put all the email address of everybody who's ever contacted you into them and automate everything. We don't automate. Yeah, we just do it all slowly, handcrafted. It's handcrafted, the network. It's not automated. So it does mean you do have to be a bit patient too. Okay. Any questions?
So, thank you.
Gosh, I can't believe we talked all that time about that. I thought we'd do it in 20 minutes. It gets more complicated when you think about it.
English radio is still working on.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to ask. But I
think don't get me started. It's so weird. Shh.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Shush.
I'm
Shush. Every morning I'm tuning in and it's like, still alive.
Does it mean maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Don't.
I think we're under the radar at the moment. They haven't noticed us. We're very quiet. We're kind of just there, hanging on with our fingertips. It's like when you're walking past a giant and you don't want to wake them up. Yeah, that's what we're doing at the moment. We're tiptoeing our way through English radio. We just keep going, and until it disappears, that's how it will continue. Because it's great. I love it.
Yes.
Every time I set up a new playlist, I'm a bit worried. Because I think, it might wake it up. It might wake up the giant and he'll stomp on me. But
and I'm also, I have in this week is an amazing week because lots of people joined to news roundup.
So Muna's done a great job as well.
Yeah, she's great.
And who is else? someone else join to it. So I'm afraid that I upload them, and when I upload them, after that
Oh, just remove
it's
Aladdin,
gone.
because when it
So
goes,
I'm waiting.
it'll take a day, maybe 2 days, and we'll get the new one on. Okay,
Yeah,
it's
just
kind of
survive somehow. That's what I'm.
yeah. We'll just carry on restricted. I know, because we won't have the same number of files allowed, but we'll carry on anyway, because it's too much fun to give up. Just because nobody wants to listen, we're not going to give up. We'll play to the empty airwaves, fill up the airwaves with our absolute, anything but the Beatles. I'm all for that. I really am. Oh, by the way, I've made a little poster, which I'm going to put up locally. English Radio Spring Collection, www.englishradio.be. I was saving it for when we got the new radio station up, because you can put posters up in supermarkets and stuff. And I thought, well, why not? Everybody else puts these things up. Why don't I do that? So I've got the poster here. It looks lovely. If you like, I'll send you a copy.
Really?
You can put it up. Yeah. Why
Can you
not?
take a photo for it? I want to see it.
I will. I've
Put it
got
on.
it online. It's a digital poster,
It's
so I can
digital.
send you a
Okay,
copy.
you can send me
Yeah,
the copy.
I can
Okay,
send you a
I want.
copy. Absolutely. Okay, I'll send it you. Oh, yes. So yeah, English Radio. We're tiptoeing our way through. Let's see what happens. It's a bit worrying, because it might mean that the actual platform itself is in trouble. But I can't do anything about that. So we just have to be zen about it, accept that one day it will go, and we will find an alternative if we have to. We might not be able to play music, but we'll definitely keep on with the news roundup. Definitely. Even if I have to stream it off my servers, I will keep it going somehow. Okay, we need more stuff like that on the internet. Fewer kittens. Now, the other thing I wanted to ask you, actually, Aladdin, let me go to this. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but in some of these sessions that I've been streaming when Marian or Natasha are doing them, I've created a little thing because obviously when it's on Skype, I don't want to stream the Skype page, because it's got everybody's Skype ID on there and
I've noticed, and I've noticed that.
Yeah. So what I've done is I've created some images that are literally for the webinars. Okay. And I'm creating several. So for example, for Monday Live Chat now, here you go. We've got this template that I'm using. Okay. Now I wondered if you would like something for your sessions.
Yes, indeed.
Or if,
Okay.
yeah. Now, would you like me to share the template with you so you can do your own, or would you like me to create ones for you?
Okay, send me the template first.
Okay, I'll send you the template. The template will be in Google Drive, okay? In Google Docs. Okay, so I'll put the template and share it with you on Google Docs. And then what you do, I go into the template, I put in the blurb. I'm going to start adding some little pictures for some of them, like this one.
Yeah, that's
because I think it's
nice.
cute. But this is a development thing. I mean, the first ones I did were really ropey because I didn't quite know how to use these templates, etc. So what I'll do is I'll send you the template, then you can put your blurb in, and then what I do is I present it, and then I take a screenshot of it and save it as a JPEG. And then I do something really clever. I love, you'll love this. Okay, I go into personalize. Okay, and then I go into that and I put it as my background. Okay, that is now my background on my desktop. Okay.
Okay.
So because I use two, and I know you do too, you've got two screens, monitors. Yeah.
Extended, you mean? Okay.
Yeah, I stream from one monitor. This is my right-hand monitor that you're looking at now. And I have everything on my left-hand monitor. And it works well using this kind of thing. Okay. So that's what I do. This is a JPEG. It's not the actual presentation. I just take a JPEG of it and then I do the next one, and the next one, and all the other ones. Okay, but yeah,
Okay.
I'll share it with you. Okay, let me go back to my boring normal one. Oh, hang on, there it is. Okay,
It's another side.
good old Windows. Okay, so I'll do that today. I'll share that document with you. So just play with it, whatever you want,
Okay.
and you can't break it. It's fine. So she says, "Cool." Anything else? What are we going to talk about next time? June.
Mm.
Oh, Rima.
L-
Rima's here.
yeah.
Rima,
Oh,
would you be available next time? Let me see. Oh, bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to go and check my calendar. Hang on.
only if you ask me for tomorrow. I don't know. For 1 month. I would love to, but I don't know. Oh, Lynn is checking her calendar.
Oh, yeah, I'm just checking my calendar. The 9th of June, it will have to be, Aladdin. Is that okay with you? Because the next one, strictly speaking, would be the 2nd of June, but I won't be here. So
Yeah,
it'll have to be the 9th.
I would love, but I can't promise.
Okay. What we, oh, that's May. I was thinking, no, it's a Tuesday. No, 9th of June. Okay, would be the Friday. So it'd be about the same time on the 9th of June, but we would love you to talk about the football,
Oh yes, Premier League
fantasy
will be
football.
finished.
Yeah.
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 Will be
And just
finished
do a sort of roundup of
when
how
it
it
will be
went.
finished.
And
Yes.
Oh, it was be nice. Yes, yes, exactly, Lynn. Good.
okay, I'll pencil you in. So Rima,
And by
at,
the way, I have one question. I don't know because, as you know, I created this league for the members, and
Mhm.
I noticed one player. I don't know. I suppose maybe he or she is a member, but I didn't notice any comments from him or from her.
welcome to
In
my
the,
world.
yeah, but I don't know what to work. And this player is really good, but I also could involve my friends who are playing better than me on the table. He or she is on the first place, and I don't know what to do. It maybe it won't be like for some players. It won't be fair for the some other players for
Okay,
some other
then you
members
would,
from the forum. I can
I would
expel him,
say,
but I don't
yeah, I
know if
would say
yeah.
active members only. I mean, let the person carry on playing. I'd never say stop them from playing. But if
Yeah,
they're not
yeah,
actually active, I'd make,
he will play in different leagues because there are a lot of like there is a general league. It is
this is
playing.
why we need you to come and actually give a presentation on it. Because do you know what? I have no idea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I keep
Okay.
looking at it and I just check in every time. I'm like, you're selling somebody, you're buying somebody, you got a new manager.
Oh, you are so rich, Rema.
Yes.
I envy you.
I mean, I kind of get the concept of fantasy football, but how you're running, I'd love you to do a presentation on how you're running the league for the forum. But I would say that the winner for the forum would have to be an active forum member.
Yes, here is I know. These players are actually Aladdin. These two
I
players
noticed. I noticed them. I noticed
are
Tawfiq
your
and Tawfiq.
compatriots.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yes, but in the second place, this player is the member forum member. He asked me to give him like a code to enter to this league, and yes, he is member, but maybe not very active. Maybe but he is member. I know. But for the first in the first position, the gang. I don't know who, but I didn't realize any messages. So maybe it would be like harsh for me to remove him from the league. I don't know. I just ask you, what do you think? Maybe it's.
I'd think
I
removing a person from the league if they've asked to join it is harsh.
But
Okay.
yes,
But if
I
you've
created with sharing the code, but in my thread, in the thread which I created
could
for
you
this week.
comment? Could you send the person a message in the forum just to
No,
say?
but I don't know what is his or her forum name. That's the reason,
Oh,
and I can communicate during this game. Within this game, I can't
no,
communicate
no.
with the participants. That's the problem.
Okay.
Because in I think last year that was option, like I could send you, if you are a player also, I could send you some message, but right now it's not possible. If I have that option, it would be easier to ask, are you a forum member? Because I'm also participated a lot of different leagues, but I created this specifically for the forum members. Yes.
Okay. Well, look, I'm just going to
But I
stop
think
the
he's in the
broadcast
forum.
very quickly. Okay. You don't leave because we can discuss this. I don't want to name names or anything whilst we're
Okay.
broadcasting. So I'm going to stop the broadcast now and then we'll discuss this further. Okay. So thanks for
Okay.
watching, listening, and I hope you're enjoying the
Thank you,
replay. And if you want to know
everyone.
what
Being
being
active.
active is, yeah,
For
Nano,
being active.
just do something for goodness sake. But it's kind of your way of paying back to the network is just by being interacting with us, engaging with what we do, and not just listening or just join. I mean, I think some people join a session and go and make a cup of tea. I'll be honest, but I know they used to, and then I got canny onto that one. I clued up onto that one, so that's why I now ask questions of people using their names in sessions. So, Muna, Hamza, what do you think? And if they don't reply, I think, okay. They've logged in, it's streaming, they're there, they can watch the replay, but they're not actually at their desk or listening. They've just gone off to make a cup of tea or walk the dog or something. Right, hang on a second then, guys. And I'll speak to you in a moment, Rima, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.